Game 2 of our doubleheader to end off the night here is about to get underway at Manfield Night, one of the most picturesque and storied stadiums in all of Rocket League. We saw the Demo and Comets square off in the Master League, and it was, to say the least, a lopsided affair. But here, heading into Champion League, we might be set for a far more competitive and far more storyline-laden game, as they are going to decide the division lead on this match. My name is Thunderballs. Happy to be back here for the final match of the night, and happy to have my co-caster Kigabyte back to join me as well. And Kiga, that last one, the story was finished pretty early, but this one may literally go down to the wire to decide a division lead.
To say the least. This is what we all like to see, ladies and gentlemen. This match is for the division. In the Orange Conference, these two teams are both at 39 and 26 game records. This is the Mystic division at stake right here. Both these teams most likely making it to playoffs, and I believe we even have the Demolition are already guaranteed to make playoffs, and 99.999% for the Comets. The only way that they don't make playoffs is if they go 0-5 here, and then a heck of a lot of other things have to happen. Realistically, they're into the playoffs, but you know that both of these teams want to come out with that division championship. And what a better way to do it. This is our nightcap, ladies and gentlemen, and it's the most important match of the night. Demolition Comets, whoever wins the series, they win the division.
It doesn't get more exciting than that, to be honest. I mean, it really sets us up for an exciting one. Two fantastic rosters are going to be taking the field for these teams. On one side, it's going to be Climax and Palm Breeze for the Demo, and on the other side, Thunderbug and Peyton Eli for the Comets. Now, Peyton Eli, in particular, in pressure situations in MLE, has a little bit of a storied history because he was the one who sent that insane 0-second goal in the playoff series between the Dodgers and Bulls last season that set up one of the greatest MLE playoff series in the history of the league. So he's no stranger to playing under pressure. Neither is Thunderbug, who also participated in those playoffs. So really, Palm Breeze and Climax are the newcomers here, and they're going to have to make a statement for themselves in overturning a couple of players who are veterans in this league.
Well, honestly, these two, for this match, it could not be any two better rosters than this. We see that Climax and Palm Breeze both have the highest average goals on their team for the entire season. Peyton Eli and Thunderbug, also both incredible high average goals, both of them having high MVPRs as well, and we see the two highest MVPRs on the side of Demolition as well. They want this division crown. They sent their two absolute best into it, but so did the Comets. We are off with Game 1 of the Division Championship Series underway.
And it's going to be underway with the Demo here. First into the zone, led by Climax, who's trying to pinch it towards the mid. Peyton Eli is going to be on defense to steer that away, but already Palm Breeze reapplying that pressure. Thunderbug dribbling out for a moment, but Climax back in again. Eli clear there, still steered inside. They've been in the zone now for a solid 20 seconds, heading towards 30. The Demo are really controlling here. Space and boost control, big time attempt. Doesn't matter. All they needed was to go for the physical play, and it opened up the space they need.
Palm Breeze just rushing it in there. He's going to make sure Thunderbug doesn't have a touch at this one. Thunderbug forced to use his jump early, and that just opens the door for Climax, who walks right through it. It's a 1-goal lead for the Demolition here, just over 30 seconds in. And this is the kind of play I want to continue to see from this Demo team, is this highly aggressive physical play. And it opens up holes when you otherwise couldn't.
And you know what? I think they're feeling the inspiration from their compatriots up in the Master League and the dominating performance they put on against their division rivals, the Comets, and they're feeling a little bit of that energy here because they've taken an early lead. But now, after a minute, the Comets are trying to break out of their zone here. Peyton Eli circling back, though, and giving control to Climax. Thunderbug dives at that one. Climax has got a great chance here. But Palm Breeze, a little bit hesitant there on the positioning, opening the door for the Comets to get out of their zone. They're switching back and forth on these sides, trying just to get outside the zone. And this is the first time they've done so in quite a while. The Demo doing a great job of control here early on.
Oh, what an opportunity for the Comets. They're not going to be able to get a hold of it, though. And that's going to be a free goal for the Demolition. It's going to go to Climax Games, but this was such a great opportunity for the Comets, and I'd like to see them get aggressive like this. Unfortunately, they've got to come up with the touches if they want to complete those. So that's going to be a Demolition lead, 2-0 here. Still plenty of time to come back, but man, you're starting to see a couple chinks in the armor on the side of the Comets. They're definitely not looking like themselves.
No, and you know what? It looks to be a bit of a situation of cooler heads prevailing so far. What a pass, though, from Thunderbug. Brilliant save from Climax to keep that out. And the Demo have been the more composed of the two teams so far. A huge pinch is going to get sent all the way downfield. This is a chance still for the Comets here, putting it centered, but again, composure there for the Demo, steering it away and getting the good touches they need. And when they need them, the Comets are in trouble again. It's Peyton Eli bumped out of the corner there. The Demo applying that physical pressure they used before. But Palm Breeze might have been better advised on a shot than a pass there. They had an open net, but they looked for their teammate in the middle instead.
Now Peyton Eli is going to try and take this one upfield. Thunderbug is able to get the return touch by Palm Breeze. Shot in. Is Peyton Eli going to be there for another touch? No, he's going to let Palm Breeze have this one. But that one was a missed opportunity. And now we might see the Comets continue the pressure. Gets it past one, but Thunderbug is there. And we're starting to see the Comets push back a little bit here. They're getting a little bit more aggressive. They're not letting the Demolition have as much time. And that's going to be the key to the match, I think, is to not let the Demo have time for the Comets.
No, and they're doing, as you say, a far better job of that now. It just took them longer of the two teams to settle into that rhythm. But now that they're settled in, this has been a very close game between the two. This is a dangerous trickling ball, but Peyton Eli is going to jump on top of that and now take it out of the mid. Dunks is counter-dunked by Palm Breeze. It's Thunderbug grabbing that corner boost, missing a crucial touch, though. Climax goes up and gets the dunk. Now Palm Breeze, sharp angle shot. No, steered away by Peyton Eli. And the Comets having to play a lot of defense in this game. Their offensive chances have been few and far between.
Well, I mean, it just comes down to the fact that they're not pushing their offensive chances as much as they need to be. In twos, yes, you have to take calculated risks, but you've got to take some risks eventually, and I don't think you're going to be able to push through the Comets as one person with this. I think you're going to need to go for those passing plays. Yeah, you had one that messed up earlier, but that was a little bit overzealous, the one you were going for, so I think they need to continue looking for those creative team plays, because the Demolition defense is strong against one.
Oh, defense going to have to be strong here for the Comets, and they do find it. Peyton Eli getting credited for the pinch out, and now they've got a counterattack opportunity. Climax barely getting a touch on that, and followed up by Palm Breeze, who's now aggressing. Can't get the touch in the corner, though. Here's Peyton Eli, passing opportunity, looking for Thunderbug in the mid. The Demo there as well. And the Comets doing everything in the kill feed there. You got an assist, a demo, a goal, everything to set that up and get themselves within one.
Well, it's almost like they're listening to the broadcast because they did it exactly when I said they needed to. The Comets send one through off of a very creative team play, although this might be an opportunity for the Demolition to come back and expand their lead back to 2 again. It is only at 1, so they have 40 seconds plus whatever time at 0 they can afford. Although that's a great pinch by Thunderbug. Peyton Eli going to try and tip it back out to him. Drops it down for him. Shot. Goal by Thunderbug. The Comets take it back to even.
What a pass, what a shot, and what a game to open up this series. It's tied 2-2 with 30 seconds left, and it doesn't get any better than this. The Comets have come storming back to tie this game up, and now one of these teams is going to do their best to take this in regulation with 30 seconds left. It looks like it's going to be the Comets who are going to try first in the Demo zone, but the Demo have now got a bit of control. Palm Breeze out of the middle gets dunked. What a brilliant pass there. Thunderbug now with a follow-up chance. Peyton Eli with the give and go. And the 1-2-1 give the Comets the lead. They have come back from 2-0 down to take the lead with 19 seconds left.
What a gorgeous team play. Well, that's a hashtag POTW nominee right there, ladies and gentlemen. That was just a gorgeous team play. The back and forth took both of the Demos players off guard at one point or another, and then the execution to pull it off. All of a sudden now the Comets come rocketing back. They have the lead with 11 seconds to go. The Demolition are going to have to get something out of their zone really quick here, and they have to take it all the way back upfield with 5 seconds. Climax, he's going to try and carry it through. He needs to get it on his hoof here. Tries to get it through. Demo was there, but he just couldn't keep it on his hood. And the Comets are going to come out with this one and take the lead in this series. Despite the trying of the Demolition, the Demolition, they just kind of got out counterattacked there at the end. I feel as though it was entirely the fact that they couldn't rotate back on defense enough, and the Comets, they were getting through with those physical plays, opening holes for themselves to put goals through. And I feel as though the Demolition just weren't ready for that kind of a quick pivot by the Comets.
No, they weren't, especially because of how the game began. We didn't see the full potential of the Comets until probably the 3-minute mark, maybe, of this game. But once we saw it, boy, did we get a great taste of it, and especially at the end there. What is it with Peyton Eli in these pressure situations pulling through? We saw it in playoffs last season. We're seeing it again here in a pressure cooker of a situation where they managed to find a brilliant finish on a great give-and-go 1-2 play between he and Thunderbug. Man, what a way to cap off that game, and I am so excited for how this rest of the series is going to go.
Well, Peyton is certainly a clutch player, to say the absolute least. But the Demolition, I don't think they're done with this yet. If this series means to go on as the first game has started, I think we're going to be in for a really exciting series. And I think the Demolition are going to have a lot more for us than they showed us here. I think now it's on them to kind of pivot back around, react to how the Comets pivoted their strategy, and see how they can counter that counterattack that we're seeing from the Comets, because so far we're seeing the Demo get a little bit over aggressive on those pushes, and they kind of need to hold a man back in midfield a little bit.
They do, and the Demo, they did a lot of things right, but they let the Comets shift gears in that game without matching them. So the Demo really kind of stayed at 70 the whole way the game through. And 70 against the Comets 50 in the early stages of the game was fine. But it was not fine against the Comets 90 when they really ratcheted things up. So the Demo have got to find 90 now too. We know that they can, and they have the capability to do so. But it's got to be now, because the Comets, they're really warmed up. And already it looks like they're going to start off on some offense to try and continue their momentum here. Peyton Eli looking for the flick there. Thunderbug keeping the pressure on it, and this is the opposite of how game number one started. That was close there. And you know what? It's the opposite too, because of the physical play. It was the Demo who put that on at the beginning of game number one, and now it's the Comets who are doing it here in game number two.
Yeah. Peyton Eli is being an absolute heel on that offensive play too, opening a path for Thunderbug. Unfortunately, Thunderbug just tried to cut it in a little bit too early, and the Demo might have been able to get back to him if he had had a chance, but man, it would have been close. Now the Demo, they have to avoid getting boost-starved here in this game. They were a little bit in that previous game, and that might have been part of the reason why they couldn't react to the Comets, although is that a goal? Yes, it is. What a pinch by Thunderbug.
Boost or no boost, that one's going to find its way through. Neither player really moving all that quickly, but it's just one of those plays where the ball squirts out at the perfect angle for the Comets and the imperfect angle if you're the Demo, and that's an unfortunate one. It can be a bit of a demoralizer sometimes when the Comets just stole a game from you, so we got to look for some mental fortitude here from the Demo to bounce back and try to equalize.
Thunderbug, what a shot! Finally capitalizes on that wall angle that he promised early on in the game, and delivers on that promise now. Now we see the Demolition down by 2 goals in this game 2. Still 4 minutes remaining, so I want to see them pivot back. I want to see them react to this.
They look like they're reeling a little bit, still trying to recover from having that game taken away from them in the previous one. You get the sense that they might have felt they had that game locked up when it headed into the final couple of minutes, and the rug was just completely ripped out from underneath them, and another pinch goal is going to find its way through as Thunderbug absolutely stuffs Palm Breeze on the right side.
Well, Thunderbug just standing up on his own on this one. That's a hat trick already, just past the minute mark. He's the only one with over 100 points at this point, actually. He's the only one with over 60 points at this point in the game. And he's just carrying his team on his back, not letting anyone do anything else. Peyton Eli, he's going to go up for a touch there. Opportunity for the... Yeah, I mean, at that point, I'm pretty sure after that missed touch by Peyton Eli, we were going to see that coming.
We did, and especially because you and I both saw the boost counter in the bottom corner of Thunderbug's screen. It did not look too pretty to be able to make a diving save on that one, so well capitalized by Climax. It was a well-placed and well-struck shot to guarantee that one in for themselves, and the Demo are not rolling over on this one. They've got themselves one back, and they're looking for more with Climax trying to dribble in. Here's a shooting opportunity for Palm Breeze, who goes for the bouncer. Nice save from Peyton Eli as Thunderbug looks to center, but that's a little unfortunate back the other way. Not jumped upon right away, but Palm Breeze is going to try to seize control here. Peyton Eli, though, gathering. Look at the aggressive positioning from Thunderbug. So far downfield there, and so much faith in their teammate to make a pass upfield. That's scary. It's risky, but clearly the Comets have a ton of confidence to be positioning like that.
And now they're in a little bit of a pressure scenario as the Demolition have them kind of caught out of their defensive rotation a little bit, but a great pinch by Thunderbug is able to get this one all the way back down into the Demolition third, and potentially a shot on target by Thunderbug, but not quite there in time. Climax Games is able to send it through. Peyton Eli's in the back to recover the long clear. Palm Breeze shot. Is that going to go in? Yes, it is. And we have a game again.
We certainly do. Peyton Eli looking woefully uncomfortable on the wall here. Weak touch is going to spit that right out to the waiting arms of Palm Breeze. And bounce shot OP just sends it right over top of them. It ended up being fantastic placement on it, despite having been a bit of a short hop initially. But hey, that gets them within one, and there is plenty of game left here. And this is a familiar scoreline. We saw this in game number 1. This is how it ended, but I highly doubt this is how it's going to end in game number 2.
Well, I know the Demolition are going to give us a good show here. Climax Games trying to get a touch on that one. Sent in by Palm Breeze. Turn on it. No. Climax instead goes away, and Peyton Eli comes up on it pretty quickly. Thunderbug gets the touch there to make sure it doesn't go into net, and he will have this control all the way downfield, forcing the Demolition onto defense once again, which is something that they are not all that familiar playing this match. Not able to put that through his Climax, but a shot by Palm Breeze, and we have an even game.
There it is, the follow-up attempt working again for the Demolition. Climax. What a brilliant piece of work there to get a piece on that flip and keep the ball heading, steaming towards net. Palm Breeze with a great follow-up and a tie game. 2:04 left to play. You know what? Every once in a while, I doubt myself when I try to hype up a match for being really close and exciting. And Demo, they're making this match exciting by scoring another goal there and taking the lead with 2 left.
This is seeming very reminiscent of Game 1, but just the opposite way. It's like we're looking in a mirror here. The Comets coming back in that game. The Demolition now coming back by 3 to take a 4-goal lead. I don't think it's not often that we see a 3-goal lead be come back from, but we might see it here as the Demolition just look to have the Comets number in this second match. And this is something that I'd love to see about these types of matches. It's a match of how can you adapt to the other team better, and we're seeing that the Demo are able to adapt to the Comet strategy here in this second game, in the second half, just like the Comets did to them. So it's going to be a battle back and forth of wits, and it's just going to be outthinking your opponent.
Oh, that was so close there on the goal line. And Palm Breeze outthinking the defense there, just hitting a nice little chip, just enough. And he knew they were in a bad spot. They had to dive across to get it. The dive was not successful. And that's 5-3. Now, what a turnaround. 5 unanswered goals it is, isn't it, Kiga, to see them?
Yeah.
The Comets up 3-0. Thunderbug getting a hat trick for themselves to open up the game. And now it's 5 back the other way. What a swing in momentum here for the Demo, who are trying to tie the series. And they look pretty well poised to do that with a minute left. Oh my goodness, they're going to find another one as Palm Breeze squeaks through, and the Comets are in trouble.
Well, what Thunderbug is for the Comets now, Palm Breeze is for the Demolition. 5 goals so far for him alone this game. But you know what? It's all going to come down to whether Peyton Eli can pop off in this last minute 12. Like we've said at the beginning of this broadcast, he has the comeback patented in his name. He's MLE's comeback king. He plays well in these high pressure situations. Even if they lose this one, don't count him out for the entirety of the series. And yeah, this might be a bad game for him, but he will pop off just when you're not expecting it at all.
Ooh, the Demo are going to have to get themselves out of trouble here, but they're given a freebie by that Comets defender. Great placement on the shot from Palm Breeze, and who else? They find themselves a 6th goal in this game to take a convincing, an even more convincing lead in game number 2. And you know what? The Comets took that last one narrowly, but the Demo here, this is a stomping that they're putting on against this Comets team now. And it's going to be worrisome for this franchise in pink heading into game number 3.
Well, you know what? If trends continue to repeat themselves, I don't think it's going to be as worrisome as you seem to think it is, because we did see the Comets come back in game number 1. We know they can react to whatever the Demolition throws at them. So I have confidence for the Comets in game 3 here, but it does look like they're going to lose this game 2. And from what we're seeing here from the Demolition, which is this high-octane offense that we're used to seeing from them, how do the Comets react?
Well, the Comets got to react with the creativity that they've shown. They've scored a wealth of different styles of goals so far in this series, engaging on passing plays, physical play, individual efforts, counterattacks, you name it. So they can beat the defense in a lot of different ways, and it just looked like that diversity melted away in this second half of this game. So they got to restart that engine a little bit, because the demo, they've shifted into top gear here in game number 2.
Well, I mean, a double hat trick for Palm Breeze, that's definitely top gear. And it just seemed like Climax game was just feeding him the ball, because he recognized that Palm Breeze was having a spectacular game, and he definitely did. So, I mean, when you have one of those players that's willing to just feed the ball to your other teammate consistently, and when that other teammate is having a great game, you just play into it. And it feels as though the Comets, they just weren't feeling each other as a team that game. Peyton Eli seemed to have a bit of an off game. I'm sure he'll be back for the next one. But it just seemed like the Comets weren't having a great game as a team, and it kind of made them disconnect a little bit and lose some of that creativity you were just talking about.
And as I look and I take a kind of peer at the stat lines here, if stats are any indication as this series has gone along, the Comets' recipe for success is going to be on the back of Thunderbug actually being the playmaker rather than the goal scorer. They found a great few goals at the beginning of that game there, but if the top 10 boards, you look at that, assists leaderboard 8th in that spot, Thunderbug with 35 assists on the season is nothing to scoff at.
No.
And if Peyton Eli is willing to be that cleanup person with Thunderbug initiating on offense and opening up shooting opportunities or being ready for those passing plays, Comets could be a serious threat here. And meanwhile, the demo, I mean, what do you say? After that game, just keep doing what you're doing, because that was a brilliant performance in game number 2.
Well, ladies, gentlemen, and everyone in between or otherwise, if you're not here watching this game, I don't know where you are, because this series is turning out to be everything that was promised with this high demo offense coming out from the Comets. They're already off striking for the beginning of this first game, or this third game, excuse me. Thunderbug trying to get it over Climax with a great save, but now the Comets are going to be forced to retreat here as the demo survive a nasty onslaught there in the initial volley.
Oh, big shot,
And
Climax.
rebound.
Incredible rebound control there to get that one goalward, and not only that, but with a lot of power and a lot of placement, Peyton Eli was left defenseless there, as was Thunderbug, who was waiting to try and save the shot. And Demo continued to get their momentum rolling here in this series. They took the last game, and in particular the last half of the game, by quite a margin. Oh, Thunderbug's going to go for a flick over top, though. Save is there initially, as Peyton Eli's going to try to follow, but too slow. And the aggressiveness a little bit lacking there, maybe from the Comets, who aren't jumping on it as quickly as they could.
Thunderbug, he's going to try and drop this one down, but Peyton wasn't ready for that one. Now they're going to be forced to retreat back as the demo continue to push this counterattack very hard. But Thunderbug going to carry it around the world. Trying to get it past Climax now. Good touch there. Peyton's ready for this one. Thunderbug, both of them collapse on this one. Now the one's going to be there for the rebound, and this might be an opportunity for the demo. But it looks like the Comets are able to get back in front of the ball in time to prevent the worst from happening, but it is going to give the demo an offensive opportunity.
Decent chance here, but a little bit off to the side, and Climax can only do as good as delaying the Comets clear. Never mind. Climax can do as good as nailing a double tap down low and making that a huge individual effort.
So unfortunate from Peyton there as well. Just got caught up on the corner. So unfortunate, but that just opened the door for Climax to go for that double touch. And you know what? The demo were popping off really hard here, but I mean, if the last two games are anything to say about it, comeback is king. And the Comets, I don't think we're done seeing what they can do this game.
Well, we might not be done seeing what the demo are doing either, because here they come again. Climax delaying the flick, trying to set up Palm Breeze, their teammate, but Palm is back and playing a little conservatively, chipping it into the corner yet again. Here's Peyton Eli. Limited resources, gets a little light touch over top of that player. Could be crucial here to start the offense as Thunderbug sends it downfield. Oh, this is a big chance. Thunderbug taps mid, not communicated though. Great creativity there. Great flick from Peyton Eli, and never mind, they are going to salvage that play and find themselves their first goal.
Way to recover here by the Comets. Not quite the communication they wanted, but Peyton Eli, excuse me, just takes this one on his back, flicks it over to the last defender. And the Comets starting the comeback a little bit earlier than they did in game 1, but this is exactly what we want to see from them. That creativity that we've been talking about that the Comets are known for, they are starting to display it here in game number 3 as well. Shot by Palm Breeze. What an unfortunate stop by Thunderbug.
A little too creative there. Peyton Eli, the one in the backfield, tries to catch it. Not so much. I think they wanted to steer that to the side and take it up the sidewall, but instead a dead stop for the ball. It's just going to be a training pack shot, essentially, for that demo player coming in there. And that's not great for the Comets' momentum they tried to generate just a few moments ago. They're trying to do it again here. And Climax is going to have to get this out of the zone, flicking over top of one, tapping over top of the other. Open net Palm Breeze. Disaster striking there. Climax did fantastic work to set up a perfect shooting opportunity. They follow up. Brilliant save from Peyton Eli to keep this out, and the demo certainly kicking themselves for not turning either of those plays into a goal.
Oh, that could be a turned goal on them. Not quite, as Climax is able to get there in time, but just barely. He's going to try and carry this one through the air. Flip reset is there. Peyton is able to get back in time. Thunderbug drops it down for Peyton. Peyton's going to try and carry this one through. Great 50. Not quite an open net, but an opportunity here nonetheless. Thunderbug shot. Is it going to be there? Not quite. Climax able to get another save, a very critical one as well. This one, an open net opportunity, but is that off target? Yes, it is. The accuracy just not there for the demo.
Oh my goodness, that's 2 now that they have had wide open chances at the net. Not hit in the right direction, and you get the sense that the nerves are creeping up in this series. Big chance for Peyton Eli. Climax getting credited with the save on the pinch. These teams are back and forth at each other's throats here. The series is tied. The game is not tied. The demo have the lead right now, and it's the Comets who need to take it. Big time demo. No shot, though, in the middle of the field. The Comets are getting creative, but the demo looking a little bit more equal to it now. They just can't find a goal the other way.
Peyton having to reach that one off the backboard, denying the opportunity for the double touch. Thunderbug, he's going to try and carry this one through. Tries to chip it over Climax. Climax gets a nice little save there to keep it in offense. Peyton up to Thunderbug. Thunderbug not able to get a touch on that one. Climax is having to chase this one back. Off the backboard. Great clear. The demo, they just need to kind of run down the clock here. They have a 2-goal lead with just under a minute remaining. Peyton Eli might have this one down to 1, though. He chips it up the backboard. Palm Breeze has to clear it to Climax. Thunderbug not able to get the 50. And the demo continue with their 2-goal lead. Maybe 3 here if Peyton can't get back in time, and he can't.
What a goal there from Palm Breeze to really potentially secure the win here. That is a crucial goal with just over 30 seconds left to play that could really mean the end of game number 3, and they want this lead so badly in this series. As the way that this game has gone and the way that game 1 went as well, the Comets too slow to get engaged into a game. They find themselves down at a deficit so early in games 1 and 3 that by the time they want to crawl their way back, it's too little too late. They made miracles happen in game number 1, but it is not happening here as the demo, they understand that that's the play and they're seizing control of this game.
It's looking more and more like they're going to have this game on lock and take it to a 2-1 lead in the series and set the Comets on a match point to win the division. But I still don't think the Comets are done with us yet. I know we've seen Peyton Eli pop off in these high clutch, high pressure scenarios. He is Mr. Clutch of MLE, and I think the Comets are going to win Game 4. I think they're going to come back and take it to the Demolition, and then Game 5 is a complete crapshoot. It's going to be entirely up to whoever has better momentum coming out of that Game 4. Because just because you win doesn't necessarily mean you have all of the momentum coming out of it. And I think that if the Comets get a lead, and a good lead at that, watch out.
Well, watch out for the demo, because this game is a very convincing case for them to be taking this division title. That game really was a standout performance, in particular from Climax Games. They made 5 saves. All of the demo saves came from Climax. 2 of the goals and 1 of the assists had a superb game for themselves and really elevated their play to match the performance that Palm Breeze put on in game number 2. So the demo are firing on all cylinders, and the Comets, it just looks like at really pivotal moments, there's some nerves creeping in, there's some whiffs coming through, and it's opening the door too many times for the demo in these games. So what really needs to happen? Just calmness, composure on the field, and the Comets just need to get themselves in a situation where they don't leave their net open, because, hey, the demo might have missed a couple open nets in that last game, but if you keep giving them to them, one of these times they're going to capitalize on it, and you're going to regret it big time.
They're going to eventually get one, but it's going to be on the Comets to capitalize on those mistakes by the Demolition, and we'll have to see if they can do it. It's match point here for the demo in Game 4, as the Comets are off to the offense early. Peyton trying to get a flick over Climax, is able to get there. Thunderbug back to center, looking for Peyton. Whoa, no, a team save!
Oh my goodness, Thunderbug, that was almost a ridiculous last-second redirect, but it just was off target, off of that inside of the post, and now they're in trouble back the other way. That's a double commit for the Comets here, who are reeling on defense. Thunderbug does a brilliant job there to get it clear of the zone, gets another pinch headed down towards the net. Palm Breeze dropping it down for Climax, who peels off of the play. Peyton Eli's got control now. This is in the corner for Climax. Difficult bounce to deal with. They have to get a decent clear here. Follow-up attempt not there. Here's a chip into the mid. Palm Breeze finding the initial touch. And the clamps are starting to close down for the Comets. Can the demo get it clear? Still not out of their zone. Thunderbug trying to put some pressure on as Climax puts it out. Brilliant bump there. Shot attempt. Not quite on net. They're going to be credited for the shot, but I think that one was a little bit wide. And the Comets really getting a long, sustained level of pressure here in the opening of Game 4.
So something that concerns me about the Comets' pressure here, though, they've gone on double commits a couple times. What a bump, though! Thunderbug with the opportunity to put this one in, but he's not going to be able to get it on target with practically no boost to his name. He can't get it. He can't recover in time to get there either. But as I was saying, something that concerns me about the Comets' offense is that they have had to double commit a couple times to keep it going, and the demo have missed a couple really great opportunities, honestly. Thunderbug, although that's a great opportunity for the Comets, and they'll jump out to the lead here in Game 4.
And you know what? This is a characteristic play, I would say, from Thunderbug. Having had enough experience watching them as a player, their ability to seemingly on command get up so aggressively and so fast to a race to the ball that they just win it outright in the middle of the field. That's not the first goal I've seen them generate that way. I doubt it's going to be the last. And once again here, they lead their team to an early lead in a series that's been so tight between these bitter division rivals.
Well, Peyton Eli is back on defense, trying to drop this one down, get it away from Climax. Thunderbug, good 50, but it goes neutral, stays in their zone. That's a shot.
Oh, no.
That might be on target, not quite. Peyton is able to get to that, but just barely. Now Climax has control of this one, is able to get it chipped over Peyton, but Thunderbug is there. But now a little bit over aggression by the Comets leaves an opportunity for the demo. Not able to get there is Climax. Great 50 to prevent it.
And both teams have been given opportunities to counterattack on big-time double commits and mistakes in the middle of the field, but neither of them have. They've been given chances, and they've been a little bit too squirrely on the touches to get out of their zone quick enough. So I would imagine if the demo are able to capitalize on one of those, it's going to be a tie game in a real hurry, but the Comets could also grab a 2-0 lead if they're the sharper team in those scenarios.
Although that might be an opportunity for the demo, not quite able to get there as Climax. And, you know, those are the kinds of plays that demo are going to need to continue capitalizing on. They were doing it so well in the first couple games of the series, but now they seem to be falling off a little bit as they're playing a little bit more passively now that they have a deficit, trying to find one on a quick response, but the Comets are seeming to kind of straighten that defense up a little bit.
Oh, not so much there. Risky miss, Thunderbug. That was a very dangerous miss that could have resulted directly in a goal, but instead, Peyton Eli is going to try to take this one out slowly, and Thunderbug's going to have to answer with a chip of their own. Palm Breeze trying desperately to keep the pressure on, but that might be ill-advised. It's a shot on net, saved away by Climax. Peyton Eli out of the corner, looks for the bounce pass instead, gets a bump for their efforts. Thunderbug now steering it across the goal as well. Chip into the mid, Palm Breeze with the save. Peyton Eli waiting in the back line, stopping the play at the middle of the field, and now Thunderbug bangs it off the back wall, looks for the follow-up, can't get the touch, and the Comets, this is so reminiscent of how they started this game. A lot of pressure, but really not a lot of scoring chances coming out of it because that final touch is lacking from them.
Well, it goes all the way back to the other side. That's something they can't do either. They can't let possession go like that. because if they let the Demolition have those chances, you know the Demolition are going to capitalize on it whenever possible. This might be a capitalization by the Comets, though. Thunderbug able to pass that one back across, but Peyton is not able to get there in time. Good long clear by Climax. Peyton's trying to find Thunderbug in the backside, but sends it behind him. Now that's going to be a costly mistake, as the Demolition are going to have the opportunity to push this. 38 seconds remaining, only down by one, make it none! Palm Breeze on the dunk!
Oh, Palm Breeze acknowledging the amount of trouble that defender was in. Thunderbug in a horrible situation with that bounce, and Palm Breeze absolutely pounces on it to tie the game here. 37 seconds to go, tie game. This is the series we expected, and it is delivering here. The Demo trying their best to close it out, but what a side shot. Thunderbug answers right back with a brilliant half volley to take the lead again.
This is exactly what we needed to see from the Comets here. That was not exactly a bad kickoff, but just Thunderbug reacting aggressively and quickly, not letting the Demos have time, not giving that ball time to go back to center, just ending it decisively there. And once again, the Demolition find themselves a goal down with under 30 seconds now. This is not what they wanted to see at this point in the game. They're going to have to try and fight back here. I don't think that they will be able to win in overtime here against the Comets. I think if they want to win this game, they have to do it before regulation ends, and they're certainly trying.
Climax with a pass into the mid, steered away by Peyton Eli, who's in the corner. One more chance here to tie the game, but Thunderbug is going to be first to that. Peyton Eli in perfect position to follow up. And barring a 0-second miracle, it's not going to happen. The miracle's going the other way. And Mr. 0 Seconds himself, Peyton Eli, adds another one. And Kiga, you got your wish.
Boy.
The crowd got their wish. Rocket League as a game got its wish, because we're going to a decider. It's coming down to one game to decide who's going to win the Mystic Division for Champion League.
What do you mean I got my wish? That was fully calculated, my man. Do you see those calculators there on my wall? I knew this was going to happen the whole time. And you know what? I think the Comets are going to take it. I'm going to make a prediction right here. I think the Comets are going to take it in a Game 5 overtime. And I think it's going to come down to, can Peyton pop off? He is Mr. 0 Seconds himself, like you said. He is the clutch player. He is the difference maker in this entire match. He is the X Factor. Both of the Demolition players are absolutely popping off today. Thunderbug is popping off today. Peyton has been the only one who has potentially been a little bit of a weak link. And I think if he comes up in these clutch scenarios like we know he can, and he probably will, we're going to see a Game 5 overtime.
And you made a very salient point way earlier in the series talking about how this is a match of counter strats. It's a match of adapting to the adaptation of the adjustment of the change, everybody in turn making changes to their game, and then the opposite team reacts to that either mid-game, as we saw a few times, or in the intermission between games. So the ball is in Demo's court in that particular instance to make the adjustment here. They were beaten pretty comfortably by the end of it by the Comets in game number 4 to take us to a decider, but do the Demo push back here early to try and make a statement, because that's what won them games previously in this series, and I think they want to do it that way again.
Well, I think a kickoff goal would be really nice for the Comets here, and they're already looking like they could potentially set themselves up for one. Touched by Thunderbug, almost got it through on that one, but Palm Breeze back on defense, guarding that near post closely. Now Climax, he's going to try and take it through off the corner, looking for that second touch, almost able to get it, but not quite able to execute on it. Thunderbug, ooh, that was a bit of an ill-advised touch there, but he is able to clean it up with a 50.
In the corner now, Peyton Eli maintains possession, gets the 50 out into the mid, and Thunderbug's going to be first to this with a dribble opportunity against Palm Breeze. Carrying it into the mid, oh, couldn't get the handle on it in time, and now Peyton Eli in trouble on the back end, missing the touch. Climax spaced way too far away. This is a runner back the other way off the post, and Peyton Eli is going to pinch that one in to take the lead. 4:18 to go, and the Comets are on top.
Well, Mr. Clutch sets off the scoring early. 4:18 remaining, and we have a 1-goal lead for the Comets. This could be scary for the Demolition. If Peyton's popping off, you're scared.
Without a doubt. If any player on this field is popping off, you're scared. They have all, in their own right, put on shows at different times in this series. It's a question of who is going to do it when it's most important. Palm Breeze absolutely stuffing the last player there Take a look at this dunk heading out of the middle of the field. Palm Breeze has done that a few times in this series, but none were more crucial than that one.
Sheer force of will put that one through for Palm Breeze, and we are at a 1-1 game here again with 4:01 remaining. And this is, I'm going to be honest, I'm shaking a little bit. This is an insane match. I can't imagine how these players are feeling on the field. They're going to have nerves of steel to be able to pull this off effectively. Peyton able to get a hold of this one. Going to send it across. Thunderbug wasn't there. I believe he was taking a shot just a little bit off target. Palm Breeze gets the demo onto Thunderbug. But Thunderbug got it past him anyway. Climax with the long clear. Thunderbug on the other side. Sent it back over. A little bit of a ping pong match going on here. Palm Breeze can't get it past Peyton. It goes neutral. The Climax is there in time. Gonna flick one. It's gonna go wide. And we play on at 1-1. The Comets now having to fend off a Demolition squad that is pushing hard.
The Demo are really pushing hard on the back of Climax, getting given a little bit too much space. This is a shot, though, the other way. Saved away by Palm Breeze. And the Comets have got to be seriously careful. This game is tied, and Climax has been threatening on multiple occasions to be sending an individual play through to take the lead. This might be another chance for Climax to do that. The shot is true. It's on net.
What a
save from Peyton Eli, keeping it out. Palm Breeze has got the follow-up, and that's steered aside by Thunderbug. The Comets playing so much defense here to keep this game tied, and we are almost at the halfway mark of the decider.
These saves on both sides, it might be these individual plays like Climax right here. What a shot! Not able to get it on target. Palm Breeze can't get it on target either as Peyton just digs it out of the goal line. Was practically in. And now a dunk onto Climax. Make sure that this goes on the yellow side of the field. Peyton now back to Thunderbug. Thunderbug off the wall. He's going to go for a second touch. No, Palm Breeze is there in time. Just over 2 minutes remaining, and this is an intense game. Both teams coming to incredible blows, and the flick by Peyton puts it through. Comets with the 1-goal lead.
Peyton Eli took the lead once, and they do it again here. Patience off of the wall pays off. They baited in that final defender to get the go-ahead goal. 2:10 left to play. 2-1 for the Comets. So far, your prediction is holding true. But something about this series tells me that that is not the last goal that we're going to see here. A double tap attempt coming through for Peyton Eli. That's a great follow-up attempt there. Oh, tons of space given here to Thunderbug. They actually took for granted, or they didn't take advantage of the space that they were given. They didn't expect to be given a freebie like that. Nice pass into the mid. Thunderbug opting for control rather than attack. Puts a banger on net. What a brilliant save from Palm Breeze. Peyton Eli with the follow, another save from Palm Breeze. It was the Comets doing it a minute ago, and now it's the Demo back the other way. So exciting here, but the Demo have got to find some offense because they are in trouble here.
Such incredible defense being played by both of these teams, but the Comets are just suffocating the Demo back into their own zone. It's looking like they're going to break soon, but every time it looks like they're going to break, the Demolition just pull off an incredible save on the goal line. Now, they're taking a couple seconds to breathe. They're taking their time. They're being patient. They know they have a little bit, but Peyton has a shot. He's going to miss the touch. Climax now. One man to beat is Thunderbug, but he has no boost to do it with, and Thunderbug will get the clear as a result.
Final minute of play here between these two rivals. Kicked into the mid. Peyton Eli's not going to find the receiver on the other end, and it's Climax back the other way. That's a big-time missed touch that they're going to try to control into the corner, but Thunderbug steals it away. Could be a decent bump there. Peyton gets the ball clear. 40 seconds now. Peyton still trying to control down in the zone. Oh, double commit from the Demo, but they maintain control. Centered. Big time center there. Peyton Eli needs to touch. Thunderbug needs to follow, and the Comets getting those crucial touches. We are down to 30 seconds now, and whatever the Demo have got left in the tank, they have got to send it because they are running out of time.
Thunderbug now gets that on the back line. Climax games. This could be the end of it here if a score comes in from the Comets. The Demo, they're going to have to put it all the way back upfield with 10 seconds remaining. That's a breakaway, though. Thunderbug, he's back there, but is Climax going to be able to send it back to Palm Breeze? That's a back pass. Palm Breeze looking for the shot. Thunderbug gets it past him. In 1 second, we're on 0. The Demo have to take it all the way back upfield, but Peyton just drills it into the ground, and the Comets are going to be your Mystic Division champions in a Game 5 1-goal game. What a series that was. That is going to be an MLE Classic series right now. I'm amazed that none of them went to overtime, to be honest.
That was a thriller, and I'm equally as amazed that we didn't see any of them get into extra time on those games. But it honestly feels like it didn't matter. That series provided all the excitement you could ever want to cap off a night of MLE. And what a performance from the Comets, because the most lopsided game in this whole series was a demo win in game number 2, where they answered back and scored a heap of goals in a brilliant performance by Palm Breeze. So credit to Comets for composing themselves, pushing back, taking it to the decider, and then that player, Peyton Eli, you called upon to pop off, well, they certainly did it here.
Off.
He carried his team to victory in this final one.
Mr. Clutch himself comes up and wins big for the Comets here. He's the one who needed to pop off. He was the X Factor. Thunderbug had been popping off the entire time. Peyton hadn't been having the most amazing series in the world, but in Game 5, he showed up like he always does. And it's just what an amazing series that was for the Mystic Division Championship. The Comets will be your Mystic Division champions. The demo, we're already locked in, but now the Comets with that Division Championship are already locked in as well. And you know what? Our first series of the night, Thunderballs, wasn't particularly great, but this one I think made up for that one entirely.
It sure did, and it also made up for the demo absolutely stomping the Comets in the previous series in the Master League. So the Comets as a franchise got a little bit of revenge there, and they also took the division for themselves. And that is going to cap us off. What a way to finish the night here on the primary stream for MLE. We want to thank our partners for being with us every step of the way here. Our title sponsor, APM Music, Balls Guarana, Power A, all of the partners crucial in helping this community, as have been the production team in the background. Check out that Power A controller if you ever needed a great endorsement. Kiga showing it off there in the side frame, but
this
really genuinely thanks. Yeah, and as you should. And speaking of which, keep your eyes peeled also for the giveaways that we're doing throughout the weekend for those controllers, the Spectre A enhanced wire controller. But that's going to do it for us here for this evening of the mainstream. On behalf of myself and Gigabyte, thank you so much for joining us. And please come back tomorrow for the final day of League Play in MLE presented by APM Music. We will see you tomorrow night for Showdown Sunday.
Calculated.